Hello.
And welcome
To
our basement. Woo! That's a ghost noise.
Bet y'all didn't know we have a basement.
Haven't we talked about it before?
I have, maybe, probably.
We have a basement. It's where we keep our freezer with our vegetables.
Yeah.
And our canned
Frozen
goods.
food. And our laundry machines.
And my fishing poles.
And Lauren's pottery wheel. Oh, don't. No. Yeah, to be honest. It's okay, Agnes.
We keep a lot of stuff down
A lot of old paint cans and, you know, it's a bit of a mess. Good one, Lauren. Anyway, but today we're in the basement because we're gonna talk about seed starting gear. Because the basement is where we're gonna be. The basement is where we're going to be starting our seeds. Right here.
Okay. Now, April.
Yes.
Isn't it a little dark in here to start seeds?
Yeah,
it's a little
dark and creepy and dank.
It's really too dark to be filming.
Yeah. People think we're, I don't know.
Amateurs?
Well, yeah. And worse.
I mean, we
Creeps.
are the garden experts, not the YouTube experts.
That's right.
Clearly.
We have our priorities straight. Anyway, no, don't worry about that it's dark because we're going to get lights up here for seed starting. So this will be our seed starting shelf. But today we wanted to take you through the equipment that you need to start seeds indoors.
You may want to buy this equipment early, even
Yes.
if you're not starting seeds till, say, March or even April, because
it can often be out of stock because of high demand.
Everyone starts seeds in the spring.
Yeah.
Johnny's is back ordered right now.
Yeah. Anyway, but we're going to take you through some options. We got a couple different options, plus there are more things that we'll tell you about. So let's do it right now.
All right, April, what's first?
Okay, we'll let Agnes go. So, well, let's talk about pots, because obviously you need something to plant your seeds in, right, Lauren?
I don't know. I was just going to put a pile of dirt on the shelf.
You're not going to want to do that because your shelf's going to get soaked with water.
Oh, okay. I'm going to take a bag of soil. I'm going to cut open the top, and then I'm going to plant seeds in it.
That could work, although you will want some drainage in the bottom of the bag because you don't want a bunch of water pooling and drowning the seeds. So probably like a tray under there.
Yeah,
we'll get to talking about trays.
All right.
But first thing is, what might be a better option than a bag of dirt cut open, but do that if you feel like it and let us know how it goes, are, well, first
pots.
of all, yeah, pots of some kind.
Like this,
And,
April?
Yeah, actually, you can totally use a pot like this, although the amount of soil might be kind of a waste for how deep it is, because these are just for seedlings and you're going to transplant them, and you need a lot of soil to fill this up, and you need your seedling to be close to the top so that it's close to the light.
Now, this beautiful pot, which everyone can tell is definitely ceramic and handcrafted.
Plastic.
And,
yeah. What about it, Lauren?
I mean, this is $20 or $30.
No, it's not.
Well, all I'm saying is if
Some
you use
are.
pots like this, expensive.
Right, very expensive. So, also, you have to have a lot of those pots if you're growing a large garden, which we are. So a better option can be seed trays, which you may have seen. No, not that.
Well, they're kind of like that. They
Yeah,
look
but
like
I mean,
that,
but
they
with
have holes in
drainage.
them.
Yes, so not that. You know, you may have seen them with the little, they're like connected, like say a 6-pack, but they're little, you know, I wish we had one to show.
6-pack annuals.
Like plastic. Often
Petunias?
often you buy seedlings in these plastic packets. And you can like squeeze the plant out. So you can totally get those to start your seeds, or you can go for something more biodegradable, which is what we got. And there are a few options. Number one is a classic
Peat pots.
peat pots.
Or you can get the peat pellets, the peat
Right.
pods that you soak in water.
Yes, and then they expand.
Now, April, where does peat come from?
Peat comes from moss, peat moss.
Sphagnum moss.
Okay.
That grows.
How long does that take to grow, Lauren?
Well, it grows, I believe, in bogs.
Can't get this open. Will you pull on it?
Canada and other places.
Okay, bogs. Bog moss.
It takes a long time for these habitats to grow a huge batch of moss. Now, there's a lot of sphagnum moss out in the world.
Okay.
So, in times past, people didn't really worry about this.
But nowadays, there's a shortage of sphagnum.
It's not the most sustainable material in the world.
Some of them are made more with like a kind of wood.
Yeah, you can get ones made out of wood pulp instead.
Trees.
They're, and it depends on where these bogs are. Some of them are more sensitive. Some of them are better managed. So it's not the worst thing in the world.
Anyway,
you can still buy bales of peat.
Right. The convenient thing about peat pots is you can plant your seedling in there and then you can break it off of the row and plant the whole thing in the ground with your seedling in it, and it will just dissolve into the soil, basically. So super convenient and sustainable because it's not plastic waste, but maybe not so sustainable to produce the materials to make them. So Lauren, what's a great alternative?
Well, that's a great question, April. There's some different options. There's one thing that we're not doing because we didn't want to make sure we had the right kind of soil and everything. That's soil blocking. That's like a metal mold. You know those molds that they do for kids to make bricks out of snow and stuff?
Totally.
So it's like that, but it's for making a soil block with a little indentation to put your plant or seeds in.
So basically your pot is just a chunk of soil. There's no pot.
So that's very
totally
sustainable.
Eliminates it.
You do need, of course, a tray to put those in, a waterproof tray.
Yeah. Another great option that takes less skill and effort, though, is a wonderful invention. Not a sponsor,
but we like them.
We love them, and that is cow pots.
Cow pots. April, what are these made out of?
They're made out of cow pats. Get it?
Also,
cow pots,
also known as
dung. It's cow manure.
Manure.
Yeah, but don't worry, they're not stinky.
Cow poo-poos.
Yeah. So here are cow pots. You can see they look extremely similar to peat pots. The color is a little different, and the shape that these are made have like a rim.
And the fibers are kind of shorter. And I've actually read that the roots break through these more easily.
Yeah.
Sometimes the peat ones do take a while to break down, and if you're worried about it, some people, rip the bottom off.
Yeah.
But the roots seem to grow through very freely. Natural
fertilizer. So this is a great thing, is it fertilizes your seedlings right from the get-go. Cow manure is great for plants.
Yes.
Super sustainable.
Yes.
Them cows, they poo every day. So making great use of that.
Now, April, what if I'm trying to garden on the cheap?
If you want to garden on the cheap, there's lots of options.
Containers you already have.
Yeah. You eat yogurt, save the container, use it for your seedlings. You feel like it's too tall? Just cut the top right off and then turn the top strip into little plant labels and use the bottom for seeds.
Smart.
Yeah.
Egg cartons.
Totally.
Tin cans.
Yep.
The bag of soil trick.
Yeah. Just use some of your like cake or pie pans temporarily.
I have done that. I mean, we did
them
that
back in the kitchen.
In our apartment.
Yeah.
Nursery pots that you got seedlings in last year, or people give those away all the time for free on Craigslist.
Reuse stuff, find stuff.
Yeah.
It's not too hard.
Plants are going to grow pretty much in everything. You want to set them up for success, but if you're limited by your resources, your plants are going to grow
Just
anyways.
remember, the container's not that important. More important is the soil and the environment that they're growing in.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, let's move on to talk about soil.
Well, wait.
No?
Wait, we've forgotten.
Oh, right. This is an important part. Drainage.
Now, April, these have holes in them for good drainage.
No.
They don't?
No. These have holes in them for good drainage. And these rest in here. Because if we just set these on here and then watered our seedlings, that water would drain into this wood, and that would be bad.
Yeah.
So you got to have a place for drainage, or you can use this to water from beneath and let the plant suck it up
Yes.
and just water into the tray.
Now, if you're buying trays, you do have to be careful to buy ones without holes,
Yes.
because they do have nursery trays that do have holes.
Right.
Hold them up to the light if you're buying in person. Double check. Sometimes they're
And read
small
the
holes.
specs if you're buying online.
This is actually kind of cool because it's got
Ridges.
ridges, which are going to help keep the pots a little lifted for the best drainage.
Yeah.
This isn't super key though. You could use, for example, something you already had around, like
Totally.
an old washing tub.
Old lids to containers. Foil.
takeout containers.
Just shaped into, takeout containers, totally.
So, lots of
Any kind of
options.
shallow, wide thing. So, we put these in here, and we put it up here. So what else is
I feel like
important?
there's going to be a lot of background noise.
Yeah, probably. What else is important, Lauren?
I guess we
we're
put
just
the
gonna
seeds
plant
in,
these seeds here, water them,
water.
let it go.
Yeah, seems good.
It's kind of dark, right?
Well, with the lights.
Okay.
April, do you think this is a little deep? Just the seed's gonna be in the bottom of this?
Oh,
and-
Lauren, they think we're dumb. No, they don't. They think we're making a stupid joke. No, of
April,
course.
we don't say that word because in gardening, everything is just an opportunity to learn.
Yeah. No stupid gardeners out there. So what we need is potting soil.
Now, you need not just any potting soil, April.
Yeah, what do you
Okay.
what do you need?
So
Lauren?
actually, that's kind of a lie. They sell special seed starting potting mix.
Yeah. Is it just a crock though? Are they just lying to you to
it's
sell
not-
you something?
It's not a crock.
Okay.
It's better.
Okay.
But if you don't have that, that's okay.
You can still start seeds.
What you're aiming for is soil that drains really well while still holding some water. So it's usually
So-
a mix of like
It's got like
compost or peat
vermiculite
with
or perlite.
perlite and sometimes some sand. It's a very light.
Yeah.
Part of it's light so that
Fluffy.
you can move big trays of seedlings around
Yeah.
really easily, and so that young tender roots can push through it.
Question though, Lauren, like what could you do to the dirt in your backyard to make it okay for seedlings?
Well, first you're going to want the richest dirt that you can get, some compost, whatever, that drains as well as you can. So
Got
if you
it.
have any sand, put it in there.
So
and
just
then,
plant them in clay, solid clay.
that's not what I said.
Okay.
And then,
Yes.
seedlings are really delicate,
Yes.
and you want to try to avoid any diseases,
Yes.
which is why buying potting soil is what a lot of people do, because
it's
it's sterile.
Sterilized. Yeah.
But you can sterilize it at home. You stick it in your oven.
I was gonna say, is
In a
the
cake
oven
pan.
involved?
It does smell
Bake it.
often.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
if you're a gardener, you
but,
gotta get used to it.
It's an option.
Great.
Otherwise, if you can't do that, try to get soil from someplace that you didn't have that thing growing in last year. So like, don't take soil out of your last year's tomato bed and start tomato plants in it. Because any diseases that have overwintered,
Yes. Will keep plaguing your seedlings and
Yes.
they may not survive.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
the
So
general
use your
rule.
noggin.
But then if you can, buy some seed starting mix.
Great.
Or a potting mix that's high in perlite.
Yeah. Or buy some perlite and mix it into some dirt that you have.
Yeah. Or regular
Regular potting mix if
soil.
that's what you
Yeah.
have on hand.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. What's next? Is that it? Oh, what kind of lights to get
Yeah.
though? Yes, we should talk about
Hey,
that.
April.
Yeah.
In my favorite garden catalog, I saw this great grow light setup. It was $400. It has 3 trays and 2 light fixtures, and it's great.
Stop.
Everything's adjustable.
No.
It's on wheels.
Shut it down. You don't need that, Lauren.
But it
yeah,
says-
I know it's really cool and it says this is the best way to grow your plants, but it's just not necessary and it's way too
It's
expensive.
a special full spectrum grow light, April.
Okay, but you know what works just as well?
What is that, April?
Fluorescent lights. or LEDs.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you saying that if I take a fluorescent light fixture, like a plain old shop light, and I put a warm temp bulb and a cool temp light bulb in it, then I'm going to get a really good light spectrum for my growing plants?
You read my mind, Lauren.
And if I get a LED shop light that's on the cool light spectrum and throw that up, it's going to be great?
That's exactly right.
Wow.
And that's what we did.
Cool. So
It hasn't arrived yet,
we'll
but
show
we
you
ordered
that.
LED shop lights. They're great because you can get the kind that hang on chains, and so you can lower them really close to your seedlings, and as they grow, you can raise the lights up and up and up.
Yeah. They're also not too hot.
No, this is a perk about LEDs over fluorescents. With fluorescents, you want to make sure there's good airflow so your seedlings don't get too warm.
Yeah.
But LEDs stay really cool,
Yeah.
and so your seedlings will be fine without that kind of ventilation.
There's some kinds of seeds you want to get warm
Yeah.
to germinate.
You
like
certainly want them
melons.
to be warm at the beginning, but generally when your seedlings, once
Yeah.
they've germinated, you want them to be in a relatively cool place.
Yeah, because they'll grow too fast and
Yeah.
get
Leggy.
Anyways, but
So, and we just also recommend LEDs because you don't have to replace them for years and years and years. They are more expensive at the outset, but they will last you way longer. You won't have to buy replacement bulbs, and so it's
Yeah.
worth it in the long run.
and anymore the cost is fairly comparable.
Yeah,
We
it's not
found
actually that bad.
a $15 shop light that was fluorescent that didn't come with bulbs, or a $25 LED that did come
Yeah,
with
the same
the
size.
bulbs.
Yeah.
So
And they'll last for,
15 years.
forever. Not forever, but a long time.
Yeah.
So, those are our recommendations and our tips. Anything else, Lauren?
Tune in again at some point to see us set up our seed starting operation.
Yes. Join us while we get all this put together.
Our seeds have
Plant our
not
seeds.
shipped yet,
Yeah.
but it's gonna happen.
Stuff is pretty backed up right now.
Yep.
Everybody's gardening. We love it.
It's great. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're a new gardener, like
Comment,
and subscribe.
subscribe. And thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you.
And,
Really.
And we'll see you next time.
Your support.
Seriously? You sound like you're being sarcastic, but
I
we're
know.
actually really grateful for the support
We have a lot of new
of our
followers
subscribers
over the winter, which is kind of fun
Yeah.
because winter's not like the prime gardening
No.
time.
But we have so much in store this year, and we're really glad
Mm-hmm.
that people are watching. And
We talk to people a lot on Instagram, so find us there
Yes.
if you want to chat.
put the thing up. It's at the Lauren and April Show.
At the Lauren and April Show.
All right, see you there,
Bye.
and see you next time.